So, in the third episode of The Boys, we start with Homelander's son Ryan hiding in a Russian abandoned base where the army is sent to, check out the place for CIA, something, something, and they soon realize that it might not be CIA. And then we see that Ryan is hiding there and he kills all the Russian soldiers because he can't afford to, you know, be seen by them. So he kills them all, and yeah, that's that. Now Ryan has gotten a bit more comfortable in using his powers, so that happens. Then we move over to Soldier Boy. So yeah, he's still alive, and Bot is now cleaning his image and putting the blame on Starlighters that they were tarnishing the name of a real American hero, common what stuff that happens. Then we are shown that the boys are shocked that how did he survive the virus. So, the guy Samir, yes, the virus developer, he explains to them that he has the V1 in his bloodstream, which was the original what V serum, which barely a few people survived because it was highly unstable and it had a different chemical structure which avoids the virus. So he survived it. But if he avoids the virus, why did he get all the weird pimples on his face? Huh? Huh? What about that? Huh? Huh? Didn't think about that, did you? Huh? So yeah, that happens. Then we see uh, Homelander feeling a bit, insecure again because Soldier Boy is back in the press. He's handling it pretty well, and he says that you shouldn't have encountered William Butcher by yourself, and I didn't want that to happen. But Soldier Boy, being Soldier Boy, just says that he's a sissy man or whatever. Like he just, taunts Homelander, and he says that you know what, you will die one day, if not from the virus, from old age, whereas I will live forever, and I'll sit on that seventh throne. So he taunts and leaves. Homelander starts panicking again. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Everyone hates me. Then we switch over to Stan Edgar meeting with the boys. So they have name dropped Mary Monroe a few times in the first three episodes, but they haven't showed her yet. Maybe they are saving it for the finale or something because she's one of the most powerful soups. She can control the bloodstream of anyone. And we even saw in the second season of Gen V that she can bring back people to life. So yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, she sets up the meeting between Stan Edgar and the boys. They want to discuss that where is the original V1 so they can find it before Homelander, because if Homelander finds it first, Stan Edgar will be fucked just like the boys. So they are in a hurry to get there before that. But Stan Edgar assures them that there is no V1 left because they destroyed all their traces because it killed a lot of people in the testing process. So that happened, but Mother's Milk and Frenchy and the boys basically are very persistent and they think that the virus, the bot V1 would be still out there. So they go through the old files and they get some clues. Then we are shown that Victoria Newman's daughter, I can't remember her name, she basically calls Ryan to come meet her. When Ryan comes, he tells her that the boys are here, but William Butcher is not. So let's find William and kill him because she saw her mother die in front of her by William. So she proposes the idea, but Ryan says, no, let's not kill him. It's not worth it. He might just kill you as well. So he basically discourages her, but she says, "Oh, you know what? I'll just do it myself," and she leaves. And then Ram says that he can smell Butcher from a mile because, firstly, he is the son of Homelander, so he has the same abilities. He can see through stuff, he can hear heartbeats, he can smell stuff. So Butcher comes out and he basically lays it straight out for him that if we don't kill Homelander now, he will get the V1 and he will basically be immortal. So, we might die here, but we got to do this, or else he becomes immortal and we can't do anything about it. Which is a little stupid if you ask me, because firstly, he can still be killed, by Soldier Boy. If not Soldier Boy, they did almost kill Stormfront. So if they combine their powers or something, they can still kill him. And even if not that, they can develop the virus. It's already affecting what virus? So compound B. So why not? You know, modify it a little. We have seen that viruses have different variants. So why not what virus? So yeah, anyways, that happens. So Ryan hesitates at first, but then he just says, you know what, fine, I'll do it. And Butcher feeds him some mumbo jumbo that, oh, you have the destiny, you have to be the one to do it because you are born with superpowers, and he believes it. Because see, Ryan wants Butcher to be a good guy. He wants him to be the father he never had. So he keeps giving him chances. But as we all know, Butcher is really messed up in the head, and he would say or do anything just to, get his revenge on Homelander. He does not care much about the people around him. We have seen it through and through. Like even in the previous seasons, he just abandons his team if he has to. He does not care about any of that stuff. So yeah, and then we shift to Homelander having a revelation. So he sees the previous Warhead, I can't remember her name, Mallory or no, not Mallory, but the woman who used to breastfeed him. So he sees her as an angel, and sh- again, you see, they draw heavy comparisons right now. They shot this like few months ago in December or something. They were done with shooting, but a few days ago, Donald Trump posted a picture of himself as Jesus, and in this episode, we see Homelander doing the same. So, there are a lot of uncanny things happening, but it is what it is. We see Homelander believing that he is God and he'll ascend. Why should Jesus be loved more than Homelander? That's tough. So he's back on, his high narcissism, and he calls in Soldier Boy, and this is while he is in a bathtub full of breast milk, and he just stands up naked in front of his father and says that, you know what, I am going to be here way longer than you will. I don't need you. I can do this without you as well. I would like if you join me, but even if you don't, it won't bother me. So he gains his power back over Soldier Boy. He's not fanboying or wanting a father, but you know how Homelander is. He's like this in this episode. In the next one, he's like severely depressed. He wants more attention. So, it keeps shifting. So that happened. Then we see the Deep and Black Noir with the smelling guy, the hunter from Gen V, who found Marie as well, and 11 of this show. So they all are going to find Stan Edgar, and they are, I don't know if they know that the boys are there as well, but they are going there to find Stan and nab him up so they can interrogate him about BB1 as well. See, Homelander has an advantage over here because he is at what he can use all the cameras, footages, the whole pharmaceuticals, as he said. He can develop the V1 if he wants to. He has the team and the resources, unlike the boys. So they are there to get Stan, and we see that the Victorian Newman's daughter has left with Frenchie and Kimiko, who went back to read the info from a redacted file, and she discovers that her father is still alive, and her father discovers that she's still alive, and he comes to know that Homelander didn't kill him but Butcher did. So he's like really pissed, and he puts bleach on all the developing virus, I guess, or experiments, whatever he was doing. He just basically destroyed all of that and says, I'm leaving with my daughter. Frenchie pulls a gun on him, but Kimiko says, no, let her have her childhood. She can't live like how we did. So Frenchie just says, all right. We see that Frenchie and Kimiko have very different opinions on how things should be. Frenchie doesn't want any kids. Kimiko wants a settled life. So either one of them is gonna die, or even both of them could die. So yeah, that could happen. Then we see that the seven get through. Basically, they send the translucent sun. So we see that he's living with Stan, and Stan has fed him some bullshit that Homelander killed his father, but when he goes out there, Deep tells him that no, it wasn't him. He was killed by Huey, and he's like, "All right, I am going to help you go down with me." And he takes Deep down with him, and there's this fight scene where the you know Deep, I don't remember the name of translucent sun, but the sun is like trying to kill Huey. Basically, he is fighting with himself in this scene. You can't see translucent because he's totally naked and he's trying to kill him. But then the 11 girl comes and she tries to kill Huey, but just kills Translucent Sun in the way. And Starlight sees that, and she just snaps her neck. So basically, the boys survive again, and everyone else is dead. Stan Edgar gets abducted by Black Noir, but Deep uh, throws in halothane or something and knocks out Noir and just takes him with him and says, "Don't hit the player, man, hit the game." So he backstabbed him because we know that he's also a very insecure man and he wants that validation from Homelander. He even in the trip there, he kept asking that, "Are you sure Homelander didn't ask for me specifically? He asked you guys, but not for me. You must be wrong." And he betrayed everyone just to get in the good graces of Homelander. So we see him do the same here. He just leaves Black Noir there and goes off with Stan Edgar. And we are shown that Soldier Boy and Firecracker get involved together because she sees that Homelander has gotten a new source of milk and she's pretty pissed about it. So just to get back at him, she sleeps with Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy does the same because he's pretty pissed about that too. So, and then they get talking, and Soldier Boy realizes that Homelander actually likes Soldier Boy and wants him to be a father. And I think that could develop over time, but I don't know. So, yeah, I guess that's all that happens. Oh, yes, and the episode ends with a fight scene between Ryan and Homelander. So Ryan just goes off by himself, and because William did put a tracker in his pocket, he is able to track Ryan, but he's beaten to pulp by Homelander. And Homelander does pause for a second. He does not want to like actually kill him, but you know he does pretty bad things to Ryan because he is his son. You can't go back from that. You know, maybe you can because as we've seen in Invincible, that Mark does forgive Nolan after quite some time, but you know, it is not that easy, and I don't think Homelander is going to be taking Nolan's path and going to be on that apologizing journey and all that repentance stuff. So William taking Ryan with him, not exactly like taking with him, but he was there with him, so he must have taken him someplace safe. So that's all that happens in this episode. So I mean, this episode was all right, not as great as the previous episode, but it was all right. I didn't hate it. I didn't, go crazy over it. I want to see the next episode. Um, I do find Soldier Boy quite hilarious. I mean, the way he delivers his lines, he is a huge racist, by the way, but he delivers it in a way. I mean, it's, I guess, just the voice of Jensen Ackles which gets me. But yeah, uh, that's fun. That's a fun part of this episode. And we see that Annie leaves Huey because she feels like Huey is in danger if she works with him, which is something like season 3 where Huey was like, all right, I have taken V, I will protect you, you don't have to get involved, which later on led to them somewhat breaking up, but not really. So, same thing is being done here, just the rules have changed. Now Starlight feels more responsible of dealing with it and thinks that she can't be putting Huey in trouble's way, which is somewhat fair because Huey does not have any powers and can die very easily. But yeah, that happens. Uh, I feel like taking down Homelander will not just be done by one single guy or single factor. Like we have seen Ryan fighting him, he can't take him alone. We have seen Soldier Boy fighting him, although it was more of a 3v1 or something like that. But yes, Soldier Boy can do it, but he probably would not do that anytime soon. The virus, for the virus, they are trying to get the V1. So I think they would have to combine their forces. We saw that William Butcher was fighting him in the first episode. He's no match for Homelander either. The, I mean, hopefully it does not happen, but I think the final episode would be like basically Butcher just holding Homelander with his tentacles, Ryan beating him, and Frenchie releasing the virus. Hopefully that does not happen and something good happens. I mean, as the creator said, it won't be a happy ending. You would, people will die. So yeah, let's see what happens. It was a decent episode, but yeah, I guess that's it for The Boys third episode.